But other than that, you get our main event, and I don't know if we're cursing Monday Night Raw, Quintastic, but once again, Curtis Axel, third week in a row, main eventing versus John Cena, no DQ match.
You know, I think at this point we just have no choice, AngryTensai, but to accept that Curtis Axel is the future of professional wrestling. Think about it. In a normal win, you have to keep your opponent incapacitated for at least 3 seconds while you pin them. But to win by countout, you actually have to have your opponent incapacitated for at least 10 seconds outside the ring. Curtis Axel has done this twice to John Cena. So technically, he's 1 second short of defeating John Cena 7 times in 2 weeks. The WWE Champion is buried, folks. Fucking buried.
That is the greatest analysis of what has happened here. And if I'm not mistaken, he beat Triple H the same way, which would mean he beat him 3 times, essentially. Because for those of you who do math, and I know all of you wrestling fans aren't very good at math, that's why you're wrestling fans. 3 times 3 is 9, and a 10 count is 1 extra. Just saying. Just saying. And for those counting at home, what does it take to beat John Cena? It takes 7 chair shots, 2 iPad shots, 1 concerto, and a Ryback spear through the table to result into that count out.
You know what? If I could just interject here, I think the iPad shot is what made the difference. Because if you think about it, that's pretty much everything that Miz put John Cena through in their infamous Anything Goes match that they had a couple years ago, where he even had the help of Alex Riley use a kitchen sink, literally, and that didn't even put him down, but an iPad rung his bell.
Great philosophers, Kev, have told us that technology and machines eventually would work against us. Or is that what we saw tonight?
Quite possibly.
You know, I don't want to excite you too much, Killer Kev, but as we talk about technology and the machines taking over the world, Sergeant Robinson joined us in chat. And that is just something that really plays into the whole idea of technology and just the whole military operation just taking over. And that's what happened. When the iPad came out, Quint.
Well, it's going to be pretty ineffective for him in anything but a no DQ match. But regardless of that, if he starts doing the Raven gimmick and saying no DQ or no match, you might be onto something.
Well, you know, I got to say, Curtis Axel in the main event, it's just not working for me because, you know, I was talking to King J about this in chat a little bit, and I must be missing it because I size the guy up. He's not small, he's not large, he's pretty average in stature versus the WWE roster. He's not great on the mic. He's not a high flyer. He's not faster than the rest of the roster. He's not stronger than the rest of the roster. He certainly doesn't have the ring psychology of a CM Punk or a Triple H or a Dean Ambrose. He has no psychology. In fact, he comes off to me as he might even be a little stupid. And I'm looking at him and I say, well, what's the story here? Why is this man in my main event, Quintastic?
Well, in order to figure that out, you're just going to have to redo your math, AngryTensai, and figure out exactly how many times this man has defeated John Cena, then come back to me and ask that question.